the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to one of the most storied postseason venues in the league. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sold out once again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Now 2nd and 9. Now Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Burrow will throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be stopped at his tracks right at the 33. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Burrow. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Burrow going to change things up. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell, and he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll run. Here's the rookie from Michigan. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Rodgers. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf, 41 yards. And the Steelers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
T.J. Watt showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looking deep here for Chase. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow over the middle. That's caught by Chase. It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 3. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Again, it's Burrow. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
So first down went the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Well, straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, Rodgers.
He finds his man, Sky Moore.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
7-7, our score after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's a 2nd and 5. A handoff for Warren.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Cordero Patterson punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes, too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
T.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. This pass complete to Higgins. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
On the give, it's Warren. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They run behind center with Gainwell. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 50 yards rushing for him in this 1st half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Sky Moore. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Boswell for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. That's caught once again by Gallup. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 4.
And Burrow going to throw again. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
He'll look to throw.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Second down, this is Wilson. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And in a situation like this, you're in the 2nd half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a 1st down.
On the handoff, Gainwell.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8.
Rodgers now to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Burrow.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Here we go.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. A Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First carry now for Trey Sermon.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2.
Push it back. Push it back. Over. Watch 20.
Here's Rodgers. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Jalen Warren
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Steelers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Now a short one to Gesicki.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
From the gun, a give to Brown.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Down to about the 23. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Burrow's throw here taken in by Gesicki.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone. Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, You might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
A first carry for Tyler Algier.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Now Burrow on 1st down.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
On 2nd down, Burrow. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
T. Higgins was the intended target.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Here we go.
To the air again, Burrow. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. T.J. Watt, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
He hit his first, this one from 38.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
And the Steelers set to take the field.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Sermon.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
They'll hand off to Hull. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They work now on 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Again with Sermon.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Trey Sermon
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Burrow will throw. Now is short. Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Second and a couple.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the 1st down yardage there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Now it's Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Alex Highsmith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now, Bengals on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Now Burrow changing the look.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Back to Sermon on 1st down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd and 7. Now Hole.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
And they'll indeed take a knee. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.